Hi, this is my first go live on my Meningioma Warriors page, which I think I'm going to change to Meningioma Companions. I think that at the end of the day, I would like to be an advocate for anyone going through the diagnosis of a meningioma brain tumor, and would like to consider myself more of a friend and someone who can be a little bit of a shoulder to cry on rather than a warrior, because not every day feels like a warrior moment. And I'm really just here in this moment to tell the few of you who may be following this page what today felt like. So tomorrow is technically my 10-month post craniotomy anniversary. And the reason I was kind of alerted to this was because when I got to the mail today, I got this fancy little, I don't even know if you can see it there, but basically stating that I have till April of 2020 to make my follow-up visit for an MRI. And that basically means I had my surgery on December 12th of last year. And I went back 3 months post, which ended up being around April actually, for my follow-up MRI. And so I have to go back a year after that. And it really was a little bit heavy-hearted for me to get this in the mail. I feel like every day is a little bit of a fight, and every day I work towards pretending that I can really put this behind me. But at the end of the day, I know that this is something that I will live with, something that can come back. It's not the end of the road as much as it's currently the status is the tumor is out of my brain. To give you a little backstory, I was diagnosed almost 7 years ago after a car accident with a pea-sized tumor in the top of my skull, kind of right in the center. And they said, oh, this is common, we'll just monitor it. And they did. And it turns out that it continued to grow, even though slowly over time. I actually went 2 years without an MRI, with a little bit of regret that I did that, because in that time it grew enough to invade the main SSS vein down the center there. And it really got to a point where it was like, even though this is only the size of a large olive, it's in a location that we really should take it out. So that really made it a reality. It was hard enough to get the diagnosis 7 years ago and know that I would be getting MRIs with regularity and having to monitor something that could down the line mean brain surgery. It really became a reality when it grew into a place where they didn't have a choice but to remove it. So I quickly got involved with meeting every doctor I possibly could. I called 4 of the best in the Los Angeles area. I met with a doctor at USC, UCLA, St. John's, and Cedars. I opted to go with Dr. Kelly at St. John's. Don't want to get that messed up. At St. John's, because I just felt the most comfortable with him. And it was the absolute most scariest time of my life. But at the very least, I felt like I chose a surgeon after a lot of looking that really was going to be the right person for me. So there's really no way of knowing. It's a very scary time. I don't think I've ever panicked as much as I did in that year of kind of processing. You need to have surgery. You have a little bit of time to plan, but please get it done sooner than later. And then just every time I went and visited a new doctor, it was like reliving the fact that I needed to have this person drill into my skull, kind of the fear of that all over again. So I don't know what your story is or what you're going through or at what stage of receiving this in the mail you are. But I want you to know that there's so much support and help out there. I know for me, there's a group called Meningioma Mamas and Papas, and they really were a group of people who helped me get to the point I'm at today. I don't think I could have achieved any of this without their support, and just knowing that they were there to kind of cheer me on and love me in the moments of fear and worry and give me tips and guidelines along the way felt really good. The only element I really felt that was missing was I couldn't like call someone on the phone or just talk to someone who had been there. Your whole family will line up for you, your friends too, and they'll line up for you because they're scared for you and they're scared, oh my gosh, what if I lose this person or they become different? But at the end of the day, they don't know. They don't know what you go through. They don't know the fear you have. They don't know the anxiety that comes with even just for me, and for instance, I was having nightmares of seeing myself on a surgical table and a doctor drilling into my skull and me just bleeding. And I would wake up thinking, holy shit, that's really scary. And I knew that, you know, that's just kind of part of the body's way of processing a scary time, but it doesn't make it any easier. And it really would have been nice if I could have called someone other than a doctor to just kind of understand where I was coming from. So I was fortunate enough to have one friend in my group who had gone through a brain surgery, and she was very much a warrior. And, you know, we are definitely craniotomy sisters now, and we understand each other on a different level. And that camaraderie was really important. So my hope with building out this page and kind of building a website for this page will be that maybe, just maybe, there will be a way for us to connect, and a way in which maybe I can help you in a time of need if that day ever comes. Because sometimes you just need to hear the voice of someone who has been on this journey and who will listen to you cry and who will understand the fear that you're feeling. And it is a scary time. And as much as I worked to stay strong, and I still work to stay strong for everybody that I know and love, and for myself, because I understand the importance of keeping a positive attitude, it doesn't take away the fact that it's scary. I still fear for the future. I dread every MRI. And getting stuff like this in the mail is really just a reminder that I still have a long road ahead of me, and babysitting this tumor is not going away anytime soon. So I leave you with that, and please check out my Facebook page. I soon will have a website. I hope to get a lot of people here grouped together to share their stories, their pictures, and if ever you need to give me a call, my number is on here. I'm happy to help for a small donation on your end. My time is all of yours, because I know how scary this can be, and I wish I had something like that at the time. That's it. This is my first Facebook Live. I was planning to go dye my hair, which is a whole nother story about how complicated this can be after brain surgery, but that's not for today. But it's, you know, it's getting gray under here, and it's really a complicated process now. And I decided I wasn't really in the mood, that I really felt like reaching out and just expressing this instead. So I'm going to sip on the last of my wine for the evening. And I'm in a tank in the second week of October, because it's actually hot as hell in LA. We're burning down with fires. It was 87 degrees today. So cheers to you, wherever you are, whoever you are. And I assume you're on this page because you too have been diagnosed with something that is very terrifying and scary. And at the very least, I hope that we can come together and we can just fight this battle, understanding one another in ways that other people just won't understand. So have a great evening. Take care. Happy October and fall. And I'll be in touch. Bye.